Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021, and the U.S. stock market is closed. I apologize, I'm getting this out really late. Uh, you ever had one of those days that just feel like you can't get anything done? You feel like you're moving in slow motion. I had kind of one of these days, and it really had to do with these stocks. I'm normally very enthusiastic about trading, but when trading gets really bad, uh, I'm not always that enthusiastic, and it affects me psychologically, and that's what happened today. Even though on paper we made money, today was kind of a disappointing day. We're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and you can see a little bit of what I'm talking about. Yesterday, the Dow had this big run up over 600 points yesterday. Even with the pullback, it was up over 600 points. And we got into quite a few markets. I think 20, I think 17 uh, stocks we got into, which is a fair amount of positions, and we were up about $27,000, I believe. Anyway, when we have a really strong bull market, I'm used to getting into a lot of positions like that, holding a good profit, like 25,000 or something, and then next day having the thing move a little bit higher and we double our equity. That's typical in a good, strong bull market, but this really isn't a good, strong bull market right now, and we have the stocks are like reversing day after day after day, and that's what happened this morning. We had the 600-point run yesterday, and the market opens limp this morning. Officially, the Dow closed down 144 points, and without that follow through, our equity gets a little limp too. But what's really frustrating about it, last night in the aftermarket, things looked really good. Our positions were definitely improved from where we got on the close yesterday, and even this morning, things were improved. We opened up with 55,000. Now that's what I expect. That's what I expect. But those fund managers, they come in there, they short, they take profits, they push everything down. And so between the time we opened with 155,000 and we closed out 18,000 and some change. So we saw 55,000 go to 18,000 basic almost in the first 45 minutes of the day. And that's not a good way for a trader to start out the day. That's very discouraging. And I just, my uh, psychological and emotional status kind of went limp along with the markets. That's my excuse for being so late today. Anyway, I am here. We closed out $18,000. The Dow was down 144. We got into 10 positions, 3 positive, 7 negative, and we are negative $461 going into tomorrow. I'm going to look at a couple trades that will explain some of what happened. Let's look at this. This is AMTX, which is Amatus, and this is this is really bad. Yeah, this is yesterday. We bought this thing on a gap up, and it closed quite favorably. I have a cat in my lap that's trying to get in this video, and I'm not going to put her on the video. Okay, and this thing opens down this morning, but it pops up there, gets us almost up to where we closed yesterday, but we still close out $11,800 in amethyst. So that's a good trade. But look, this darn thing starts climbing and climbing and climbing, and we're not in it in this big climb. And then it makes a high up here, and guess what? We get re-entered at the high. And then it starts falling after we get into it. And guess what? We give up $11,100 in open trade loss. We're not out of it yet. So basically we make 11,000 and we give 11,000 back. So that is not good. And then I'll show you another one that was equally discouraging, even though we made money in it. This is Kopin, K-O-P-N, Kopin Corporation. And we bought this yesterday, and it closed against us, decidedly against us. Didn't look good at all. Huge gap up this morning. And of course, this is contributing greatly to that $55,000 open. It's up $13,000 up here on the open. And of course, that means it's actually looking to hold for another day. And that's why we didn't get out at our normal time period here, which would have been considerably better than what we did. But it keeps slipping and slipping on what is basically a re-entry up here, although it's not showing it as such. And then we're finally stopped out down here with $4,100. So we saw Kopin Corporation go from $13,000 to $4,000. And, you know, it's just the whole thing. Basically, I had to sit here and watch $25,000 go up in smoke. And it's just discouraging. You know, have a 600-point run on one day. You ought to have a little follow through. We didn't get the follow through today. And as far as I'm concerned, even though we're showing profits on paper, it was a crappy day. It was discouraging, and I am not happy. But, as I say, on paper we still made money. We will live to trade another day, and Trader Bob will be back here tomorrow on Wednesday, trading as usual.